Hello, I'm Mark Shapiro from the law offices of Marc L. Shapiro, PA. So today we're answering clients' questions, and one of the questions that we're answering is, can I challenge a low settlement offer from an insurance company after a car accident? So the short answer is yes. Now let's define what a settlement means and what challenging means. First of all, you don't have to accept a settlement offer from an insurance company. If they give you an offer that you don't like, there's nothing that says you have to take that. So the first thing I would say is, if you don't like it, make a counteroffer. If you still don't like it and you can't get them to move, you can always file a lawsuit. That's one way of challenging it. And having a good attorney that knows how to bring personal injury lawsuits, that has a good track record, can sometimes get the settlement offer up significantly. And if not, you can get it up by going to trial. But let's talk about, for the purposes of this video, what if you get an unfair offer and you don't want to go to court? What things can you do to try to bring that settlement offer up? One thing that you can do is usually, let's talk about how insurance companies work. So typically, they have a committee, and early on in the case, they evaluate what your injuries are, and the committee kind of puts a number on that. And then the insurance adjuster tries to settle it within those parameters, hopefully lower, because insurance adjusters get their raises and promotions by settling for less money than they were given the pot to settle it for. So you need to give them some ammunition to take with them when they go back to the committee to convince them that, hey, you didn't put enough money on this case from the beginning. So I feel that you need to bring up what's called your reserves so we can get this case settled. So if you give them new information so that they can save face in front of their supervisors and be like, hey, it's not my fault, you gave me too low of reserves. So I like to find out some things maybe they were missing at the beginning of the case when they put the reserves on the case. Maybe a person was recommended for surgery or had more medical bills or something that was different. So if you give them the ammunition that they need to take back to their supervisors, a lot of times they can reevaluate the case. As a last resort, there's always what's called a civil remedy notice, where you can basically file a complaint with the Division of Insurance. I like to use that as a last resort, but it's still nevertheless a tool in our tool bag. So to summarize this, in order to get the settlement offer up, if you were given a lowball settlement offer, is to, one, give the adjuster more ammunition to get the reserves up. Sometimes you can even ask, what reserves were you given on the case? Don't you think that's low for the type of injuries these are? And the other thing is, don't be afraid to file a lawsuit. Many times you have to file a lawsuit to get it out of the adjuster's hands into the hands of the attorney, who can then make recommendations to put more money on the case. And oftentimes, you don't get your best settlement offer until after you filed litigation or have the threat of litigation to get the offer up. At the end of the day, your case is worth whatever you can convince a jury it's worth. And so to get the case up from the insurance adjuster, you have to convince the insurance adjuster that you can convince a jury that this case is worth more money. Because keep in mind, insurance companies are not in business to do what's fair. They're in business to make their company the most profits. So if you need help with your personal injury case, if you need help getting a lowball offer up, feel free to call us. Our number is 239-500-5000. That's 239-500-5000. We'd love to hear from you.